Good day and welcome to this session on performance security or bond overview. By the end of this session, you should be able to define performance security, the importance of performance security, determine the conditions under which performance security can be claimed, as well as understand the advantages and disadvantages of performance security. So when we say performance security, it refers to an amount of money that is assured to the owner of a project, or an amount of money that is provided to the owner of a project to assure them that the contractor would carry through in completing the project from the project initiation phase to the project completion phase. So just as the bid security commits the supplier or the bidder to submit and leave their bid till the end of the bid validity period, the bid security is also used to assure the project owner that the supplier or contractor will actually execute the project that has been awarded to them. So basically, performance security is a sum of money retained from payments to a contractor, supplier, or service provider, or provided to the client in advance by way of a bank guarantee that is acceptable to the client. So performance security can either be taken from what you are supposed to pay to the contractor, or that is their full payment that you're supposed to give to them. You could retain an amount of money, or you could secure the performance security from the contractor aside their full contract sum. And usually, however, the performance security will be arrived at is stated in the contract document. So both parties are aware or privy to that information prior to the award of the contract. And usually, it is 10% of the contract value. So performance security is usually and generally 10% of the contract value and is returned to the contractor or supplier or service provider at the end of the satisfactory completion of the contract. So performance security, it should be noted that it's typically used in projects, especially construction projects, where the consequences for non-performance or the consequences for partial performance can be detrimental to the success of the project. Hence, that amount of money is retained by the owner from the proceeds of the contractor, so as to assure the owner that the contractor will actually perform the contract till the end. So we move on to the importance of performance security. And the first importance is that it provides enough protection to the project owner, because in the end they wouldn't necessarily lose that much from the non-compliance or the non-completion by the contractor. And the protection is also in the form of assuring the project owner that the contractor will actually execute the contract to the end. Then the second one is that it reduces the beneficiary's risk of immediate financial exposure in the event that the parties fall into dispute. So assuming the contractor and the owner fall out, and then the contractor decides that they won't perform the contract anymore, the owner or the beneficiary's risk is usually reduced, because if you fall out, it means that they don't lose significantly due to your non-performance as a result of the fallout. So that is another importance of the performance security. So there are conditions that one can claim for performance security and not give out the performance security to the contractor at the end of the contract if the end is realized. So the first instance where the owner can claim the performance security is that they must provide in writing that the contractor is in default as per the rules and guidelines of the contract. So the contract or the contractor should have actually defaulted before you could make a claim on the amount of money which you have reserved as a performance security. And then there shouldn't be any false allegation by the contractor nor the owner. So whatever default has arisen should be something that is verifiable, and it shouldn't be something that is being made up. And then thirdly, the contractor should actually find default as per the contract guidelines. So before the owner can say that they are claiming on the amount of money that is being reserved as the performance security, the contractor should actually see that whatever the owner is saying is a default is actually a default, which may be implicitly or explicitly to the awareness of the contractor. So there are certain advantages of performance security. It guarantees the obligee, the lowest compliant bidder, will perform the work for the quoted price. So the buyer or the contract owner is assured that whoever is paying the performance security will work according to the contract terms, which includes the price that is stated. It secondly assures that the work will be completed per the contract. Then it offers protection to the contractor in the event of dispute with the obligee or the buyer or the owner. Then it guarantees any losses will be settled by the bonding company in the event of the contractor's inability to take up any unexpected cost overruns. And this is an advantage to the project owner. And obligees can be assured that the contractor has the financial capacity to withstand the risks involved in construction businesses, given the amount involved in charging the performance security. It enables the assurance, or it commands the assurance to the project owner that they have that financial capacity to perform the contract till the end. The disadvantages include the fact that the owner cannot accurately quantify losses that they may suffer when the contractor defaults, because assuming a contractor engages a subcontractor and fails to pay the subcontractor, but the subcontractor comes to the owner for payment, how is the owner going to determine the work that the subcontractor has actually done? That is quite an impossible or a difficult task to do. So it's a drawback of the performance security. And then at times, the surety tries to establish that the owner did not comply with the technical conditions of a bond, thereby to avoid payment of the compensation. And the surety is usually the bank that the contractor orders to pay the performance security to the owner, and they might want to use certain tactics to avoid the payment of the performance security to the project owner, and this is also a drawback of performance security. So in this session, you have learned about performance security, importance of performance security, the conditions under which performance security can be claimed, as well as advantages and disadvantages of performance security.